All right, let us be siesta time. All right, and Shyamas and Vijay driving somewhere. Dandavat, Dandavat. And Shyamasundari, then Mahamantra prabhu, Mahamantra prabhu, always by Dandavat Mahamantra. And Dandavat, Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Hari Bol, Dandavat, Dandavat. Jai Gurudev, Jai wonderful Gurudev, my best Sanskrit, super wonderful.
Oh, because can't hear it here, is it?
Rasamoy Pandita Dasi, Lavanyamoy Devi Dasi, West London Temple, Govinda Govinda, Dandavat, Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj. We're having some technical difficulties with the big TV, so please bear with us.
No problem, these things happen. Oh, Kaila, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I hope Mummy didn't wake you up. Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. And where's Subhadra? Mahamantra Prabhu. Disappeared. Govinda, Govinda. And Vijay Krishna Prabhu and Leelamoy Devi Dasi. Oh, here's Subhadra. We can just hi Subhadra. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Subhadra.
And of course, headed by Devashis Prabhu, Ishanuga Didi, there in East London, looking after us all, while West London are having some technical difficulties with their internet. These things happen.
We're here, Maharaj. Sorry, Maharaj.
Or in the kitchen, going on the kitchen.
And the kitchen, yes. We had a
brief darshan.
A quick view of the kitchen, activity in the kitchen.
Right.
Hare Krishna. And of course, everybody knows Keshavananda Prabhu. British to the core. So who better to speak to the British than Keshavananda Prabhu? And we both had a chuckle about Devashis Prabhu's suggestion for today's topic about a rainy day is not a bad day. And we thought, why in England? Why in London? Will they be true? It's a rainy day is a topic. So it's good for us to be cheerful on rainy days, otherwise we can be gloomy and for a long time. And London does have a worldwide reputation for its rainy days.
Funnily enough, it's raining now.
Well. Setting the scene for the topic of the day. Hare Krishna. All right, we're 5 minutes in. Devotees have come together, and yes, Saraswati and the kitchen crew. Yeah. Let's see if we can see who's in the kitchen. Dandavat, Dandavat. Hare Krishna, Govinda, Govinda. Oh.
Dandavat, Maharaj. Dandavat. Here I am with Priya. Hare Krishna. Priya, Rani. Hare Krishna. Rani and Bhumika. Hare Krishna.
Great team.
Wonderful team. And we're here with Keshavananda Prabhu. And we've come to West London today.
Yes.
Actually, we've come together. It's an excuse that we come to West London. From wherever we are, we come together happily. And we're happy to see the busy kitchen saver. And here in Italy, also busy, because on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they run the Villa Govinda Ashram kiosk, vegetarian kiosk. So they're always busy today, and they are busy today. All right. Here is, oh, look and see who's sitting beside us. Here's Gurudev and Guru Maharaj sitting beside us. And why they are sitting beside us, because, let's see if I can show you, the children have been and still are cleaning the Pushpa Samadhi. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction.
Up a little bit, Maharaj. Yes, yes.
Up a little. Okay. So they're cleaning the Pushpa Samadhi inside and out. So yes. Gurudev has come here to his veranda. Also, this is his veranda. Oh, Govinda, Govinda. So we better watch our P's and Q's, because Gurudev is with us here. He's always with us, actually. So we must always watch our P's and Q's. All right. So dear devotees, to one and all, because perhaps we went all together just before. Our obeisances, Bancha Kalpa Turubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitam
Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha.
Well, this week, Keshavananda Prabhu suggested, let Devashis Prabhu first talk about this subject. Because
no audio, no video.
Because he is in London, and he is in a rainy day place, and he has the quote, and we have the quote also, because we did a little homework. But let us hear from Devashis Prabhu, and he'll give us an insight to why he has suggested this topic for today.
Okay, get it out of the way, yeah.
Karma pijusha vajitaha tadinam durdinam manye Meghachanam na durdinam. Clouds. Meghachanam. Okay, Devashis Prabhu, we shall be very good and we'll be quiet and we'll hear from you. I think try and be very good. Put it that way.
All right. Just a few minutes. I'll say something. So, yeah, this was actually Guru Maharaj would quote that often. But in particular, I remember when being with Guru Maharaj on that day, and one of our sannyasis, he asked Guru Maharaj this question that, it says, there's some prediction in the scripture that because of Mahaprabhu's advent, that in the middle of the Kali Yuga, a Satya Yuga will manifest itself there, a golden age will appear within that Kali Yuga. And he's asked, like, what does that actually mean? He asked the Guru Maharaj, like, what should we expect to see? And Guru Maharaj said, what do you think is the Satya Yuga? Do you think that in Satya Yuga, everybody was Krishna conscious? And that Maharaj said, well, actually, yes, that's what I thought. Yes. I thought that in Satya Yuga, everyone was Krishna conscious. And Guru Maharaj said, no, not at all. They were, of course, everyone was absorbed in self-realization, but more or less exclusively that was meditation on impersonal Brahman, not Krishna not the practice of Krishna consciousness. So, then that was a little surprising to all of us, because that was the sort of the idea that we had, Krishna consciousness in the golden age. Everyone was, dancing down the street, chanting Harinam and flying around on flowered airplanes and all of that business, So then we heard that from Guru Maharaj. In fact, I remember when I was in ISKCON, when Sannyasi was giving a lecture there and asked for some questions, and one of the devotees said, in the golden age that will appear, if that will appear in the Kali Yuga, what will happen to all the pubs and bars? And that sannyasi said, they'll become nectar bars. So that was the idea. But in reality, then Guru Maharaj went on to explain that actually, with the advent of Mahaprabhu, that is the golden age that is predicted. The advent of Mahaprabhu is that. And you can say, actually, we're living in that. And after Mahaprabhu came, how could there be more than that? Then Guru Maharaj said, then he quoted this: the rainy day is not the bad day, but the day when we can't hear something about Krishna, that's the bad day. So Guru Maharaj said, so according to the revelation of the truth, the degree of that type of revelation, that is how we can measure the quality of the particular time that we are in. So he said, in this Kali Yuga, with the advent of Chaitanya Dev Mahaprabhu, the very highest thing, as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has said, Anarpita Chirim Chirat, Karuna Avartana Karo, Samarpaitamunuto Jalam Rasam Sabhakti Shriyam. So Krishnadas Kaviraj says that you have come in his prayer to Mahaprabhu, what you have come to give what has never been given in the world before. So that means that this revelation of particularly Madhura Rasa, Krishna's Vrindavan Leela, that has never been revealed in the world before. Okay, when Krishna came, he revealed that and showed that, but that was to a closed group. It wasn't, to everybody. It wasn't that everybody could see that or understand that. But with the advent of Mahaprabhu, that very thing, he wants to distribute that to everybody. The very highest thing, Ujjala Rasa, as it says in that verse. The Ujjala Rasa, that is what Mahaprabhu's purpose, you can say, primary, or sometimes said secondary, but purpose of Mahaprabhu is to come to give that to everyone. And in Guru Maharaj's words, to spread nectar, distribute nectar like water to everyone. So whether someone is qualified or unqualified or disqualified even, that all you have to do is say, yes, I want it, and you can have it. And even if you say, no, actually, I don't want it, then that's covered too, because Nityananda Prabhu is there to say, well, you must have it. You have to have it. So when I was first visiting the temple, when I was just a kid, like 14 years old, and I remember that I was at Bhaktivedanta Manor, and it was they're serving prasadam, and it was very alien to me at that time, all of the preparations. And I'm not sure if it was just because I was so gross, or if maybe they didn't have a particularly good cook, I don't know, but there were some things that I didn't enjoy. Let's say I didn't enjoy the taste of them, or whatever it was, so I remember saying to the server when we were standing to get prasadam, please just give me a small portion, and if I like it, I'll come back for more. He said, no, this is Mahaprabhu's, Krishna's mercy. You've got to have lots. And bosh, a big dollop of, whatever that preparation was, like so much, that. And then if I didn't like it, then I'm not, I'm leaving it on the plate. And as we walked up to the bucket where they kept the waste prasadam, if you like, there was a big sign on the wall. Prasadam is not garbage. And you're like, what do I do now? And you feel these eyes boring into the back of you as you go up to anyway. But the devotees, they're very eager to distribute the mercy of Mahaprabhu to everybody, as Mahaprabhu himself was. And even if you don't want it, they're very insistent that you must take it. So, and many people were, forced to take Srila Prabhupada's books in the street by some of the very enthusiastic book distributor devotees. No, you must take it, and you must give something, contribution, small contribution. But so in all seriousness, this is when it speaks about these things, then Gurudev says that Srila Guru Maharaj says this is actually the golden age, because the revelation of divinity has never been higher. That what Mahaprabhu has come to give, that Ujjvala Rasa, that Prema Dharma that he's come to distribute to one and all, that was never revealed in the world before. And so it's said that the gods in heaven, that they are praying to take their birth in this Kali Yuga, so they also can take advantage of that gift. As Guru Maharaj said, the golden gift of the golden Lord. They want to take advantage of that too. The gods, they also want to live in this Kali Yuga. And we can see, if we look out of the window, if we look out of the door, we'll see that, it's not a particularly nice place. Everything is, glass and steel and concrete, and, there's no flowered airplanes. There's no, nectar bars. Maybe there's a nectar bar just outside Villa Govinda, perhaps, and in the kitchen of the West London Chaitanya Saraswati, maybe they're nectar bars, but generally you won't find that when you're walking down the street. But even, as it says, that in this age of Kali, it may be an ocean of faults, but it is so auspicious what Mahaprabhu has come to distribute to the world. That is so auspicious that the gods in heaven, they want to come and be born in this place, sans flowered airplanes and, glass, concrete, stone, and, quarreling people and all kinds of inauspiciousness. That they want to live in that ocean of inauspiciousness just for the chance of getting some connection with this Ujjvala Rasa, this Prema Dharma that Mahaprabhu has come to spread all over the world. And we're all not just witness to that, we're all part of that. We've all been given that opportunity, to take part in Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. And it's going on. It's not different to when Mahaprabhu was present. It's the same. That same vibration, that same chants, that same good news that Mahaprabhu has come to give to the world, that's still flowing here. So you can say we are in that golden age. And, it's not about the external environment, but it's about the revelation of truth. And that revelation has never been higher. And so when we hear Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, the day must come when all intelligent men and women of the world, they must accept this religion of love that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give as the only path to mitigate all of the inauspiciousness and all of the problems of the world. It must come to pass. And we believe that. When that will be, we do not know. But, as Srila Gurudev himself said, when I read that Mahaprabhu said, the fair-skinned European men and women and the people of all nations, they'll come together with the devotees of India with their arms upraised, going to the places where Mahaprabhu had his pastimes and chanting Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Gurudev said, I read that, I thought, yes, it must come true, but not in my lifetime. But then we see that it did happen in his lifetime. It did happen. And he himself said, then what can we say? That the rest of that prophecy, that everyone will accept that. And he also said, all other religious conceptions will disappear and only Mahaprabhu's Prema Dharma will remain. So we think, we're just a very small bunch of devotees. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur his vision was very wide and very broad, and he could see that the time will come when everyone will accept this. Everyone will accept this as the true path for this Kali age. And we're so fortunate that we've been able to come in contact with that. So, you know, we can say here in the rainy day of London, we can say that it's not a bad day, it's a wonderful day, because here we are with all of the devotees talking about Mahaprabhu, talking about Krishna, hearing the glories of our gurus. And, you know, it is, we can say, we think it's a golden age. We're living in a golden age, and we're happy for that. And we can't believe our fortune, actually. We are so blessed. We can't say anything that we all live blessed lives, or blessed lives, you can say. We're living that now. Whatever the external circumstances may be, whatever the problems we may face in our day-to-day life, none of that matters in the face of what we've come in connection with. And we are so fortunate for that we can weather any storm if we have that. And if we have the association of the Vaishnavas, if we have the holy name, if we have Harinam Sankirtan, if we have the worship of Lord Krishna, all of these things, if we have them, and we have facility to connect with them, or anywhere, from wherever we are in the world, you can connect. And this is the good day, the golden day, not the bad day. So these are my few thoughts on this today. So now we can hear from Maharaj or Keshavananda Prabhu, other Vaishnavas. Jai Gurudev. Muted, Maharaj.
Yes. A helicopter came over, so I didn't want you to be drowned out by a helicopter. But they didn't find me. We hid.
Okay, good.
So anyway, Devashishu, I once before Devashishu, I gave a talk first, and then Devashish said, well, Mahananda, or maybe he said Madhusudan, he's said what I was going to say. And he said, but it's not surprising. We're coming from the same guru. So Devashish also saying what I'm very happy to say and would happily say. And it's not surprising that we speak with one voice, because we're coming from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev's lotus feet. And so, but what I can do, we can certainly say some other things, but Keshavananda Prabhu is here with us, and he's been doing some homework. And if you didn't do all the homework, there's some cheat sheet in front of you here on the computer.
Okay, no worries. I'm going to...
okay.
We got this beautiful... like, we're so fortunate, as Devashish Prabhu was saying, what's coming from the lotus mouth of Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev, from Mahaprabhu, all our guardians in this fine and beautiful line is, you know, we live in a world of astonishment, actually, and every day we're hearing astonishing things, and windows are open to give us astonishing vistas. You know, this morning we came from the banks of the Ganga in the full moon night, where young Nimai Pandit is sitting with his class, and the Digvijay Pandit shows up, and the wonderful pastimes that are going on there. And then we move to the book Affectionate Guidance, and we go to Puri. It's that chapter about Puri and Jagannath Dev and Lady Subhadra, in the words of Gurudev, and more wondrous, astonishing and sweet Harikatha. And this week we also received, it came to us from Sudarshan Prabhu. And then when I asked him where he'd got it from, it's from a transcript of Guru Maharaj, but he actually got it from one of Madhura Krishna Prabhu's posts, who's always posting the most amazing words of Guru Maharaj on his Facebook page. So I was thinking, well, this is what I want to read, but then how can I? But then Maharaj reminded me this morning that the rains come from sacrifice, and that provides the segue into this piece of Guru Maharaj. So it's just very short, but it's just, you know, just jaw-droppingly, heart-meltingly. Where else can you hear anything like this other than from the lotus mouth of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Maharaj? So he's saying that, so not only unprejudiced, but there is also some positive qualification. That is interest for the Leela of Sri Gauranga or Sri Krishna, etc. Not only to brush aside the undesirable prejudices within us, but positive affinity towards the real nature of things outside. Reality by itself and for itself. By itself on the background, but for itself that is floating over. Everything is meant for him. That positive prejudice is necessary for us. Everything is for him. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu came here with his party to introduce this vision that everything is for him. Beauty, reality the beautiful. And by serving the beauty, we can contribute something to make it more beautiful and to make others also beautiful. Service is good. Sacrifice, service, that is the unit of beauty, harmony. By sacrifice, we can participate into a real harmony. And harmony is beauty, and harmony contributed by the sacrifice of so many units together for the common end. So we can make ourselves beautiful, the environment beautiful, and we can add to the beauty of the beauty. If we really can understand what is service and sacrifice ourselves into that positive one that everything and everyone is for. All God-centric, no false ego-centric. So Jai Guru Maharaj, in a few short paragraphs, Srila Guru Maharaj just, Hare Krishna, what can we even say? His heart capturing, you know, he's the Rupa Nugadara. He's carrying the whole thing. It's coming through him. Everything that was given by Saraswati Thakur came to him and has coming down to us through our dear Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj. And so how can, what Devashish Prabhu was saying, how can this not conquer everything? It's just a matter of time, whether that time is short or long. Gurudev was also astonished at how short that time was. But to you know, we were hearing Gurudev addressing the assembly in the famous instance in Morelia, in Mexico. It's that first part of the original source book. And he's addressing everyone. You are all my spiritual relatives and friends. You know, he was up, we're on the journey together was his mood. I'm learning so much from you. And I, you know, I can't deny I've been given something wonderful from my Gurudev. And he shares that so sweetly and affectionately, real affection. So then when we hear this vision of reality, the beautiful, these eyes, this heart that sees in this way, then we're just, you know, humbled really that we have any connection with that at all, and pray that we can somehow or other move in that direction of service and sacrifice to their noble and wonderful lotus feet, everything astonishing. and happy, whether the rain or shine, was fortunate. Just wanted to echo those words of Devashis Prabhu, very wonderful. Every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat for those who participate. So we want to be in the participating and giving party. Hare Krishna.
Jai. All right. Well, both Devashis Prabhu and Keshavananda Prabhu have left open the story that is naturally being associated with today's topic about a rainy day is not a bad day. So they have mercifully left this story open for me to tell, as we have heard it from our divine masters. But first of all, before we tell the story, then giving obeisances to the devotees who've joined us. And who've joined us is Rupanuga Prabhu from Australia, Brajavala Devi Dasi from Eastern Ukraine, Tungarasa Didi from Norway, and Sachi Didi joined us in London, and Praneshwari Devi Dasi has joined us from Eka Chakra, Jesse. Eka Chakra, Florida. Okay, very good. And somebody, I think it's Shyamasundari. Yes, Shyamasundari is left and come back in. All right, perfect. So welcome to you all and obeisances to you all who've joined. I hope we're offering you a seat to sit on and a glass of water. Okay, at least this we can do for the guests who come in. All right, so a rainy day is not a bad day. So the classic story, wonderful story, illustrating how Gurudev, he intimately knew the nature of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers, those stalwart leaders of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission. And Guru Maharaj, he would meet with them, or they would meet with him indeed in Chaitanya Saraswati Mat. And in this way, Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, he not only was hearing from Guru Maharaj, I mean, he's Guru Maharaj's disciple, he's only hearing from Guru Maharaj in one context, but he's also closely associating with these godbrothers of Guru Maharaj, and he's serving them, and serving them with heart when they're coming to the temple, etc. And he's there when Guru Maharaj is having discussions with them, questions and answers, trying to solve problems, all kinds of things took place. And Gurudev knew the nature of each of the godbrothers very well. And this story about a rainy day illustrates this in the context of Srila Bhakti Sranga Goswami Maharaj. And Srila Bhakti Sranga Goswami Maharaj was a close friend of Guru Maharaj, as well as his sannyas disciple. But they were all closely related together, spiritually, but heartily. And they were going one day to a program. It was a preaching program. And they're going to this program, and Bhakti Sranga Goswami Maharaj is due to speak at that gathering. And Guru Maharaj didn't go, but Gurudev was going, perhaps representing Guru Maharaj. Sometimes this happens in the temples. We've seen the etiquette in Navadip, where some brahmacharis from different temples will go to represent those temples in honor of the programs that are taking place. So also very broad and fine, sweet etiquette of the Vaishnavas. And anyhow, Gurudev was going, and he was going along with some godbrothers some disciples of Srila Bhakti Sranga Goswami Maharaj. And Gurudev, we know from Gurudev and from others, by the way, that he was a mischievous young brahmachari and a mischievous devotee, energetic young devotee when he came to the mission. And anyway, they're walking along and they're going along, and there are thick clouds in the sky. Maybe it's raining at the time. And Gurudev, Govinda Maharaj, he asked to Bhakti Sranga Goswami Maharaj's disciples, so do you know what shloka your Gurudev is going to speak on today? And the disciples basically laughing at Govinda Maharaj, of course not. How can we know? And do you know? And Gurudev saying, yes, I know what he'll speak on today. And then they said, what? And then Gurudev told them the shloka. And it was that shloka, which I'll have to look at my cheat sheet because I haven't remembered it. Oh no, I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Yada chuta kata alapaha karna pijusha vajitaha taddinang dudinang manye megachanang na durdinam. And now I thought Devashish was going to say this shloka at the beginning, which is why I helped him out there at the beginning, but he left this to me. So this verse, and I'll give you the translation here. Normally we judge a good day by the weather. If it is sunny outside, we think it is a nice day. And if the weather is bad, we think it is a bad day. But the criterion for a Vaishnava is that he considers a day to be good if he has either engaged in or has heard some Hare Katha on that day. Hare Krishna. So this is the translation of that verse. So Gurudev told this verse to the disciples of Srila Bhaktisaranga Goswami Maharaj. And anyhow, they went in, they go in, no doubt they got some kirtan, and then the lecture takes place, and then Goswami Maharaj, Bhaktisaranga Goswami Maharaj, then he gives the lecture and starts out with this shloka. And those, I think there were two brahmacharis, two disciples, who were sitting with Gurudev, Govinda Maharaj, and they both looked to Govinda Maharaj. And then afterwards they say, how did you know? How could you know? And Gurudev said, because I saw the inclement weather, and I know something, the mind of the nature of your Gurudev. I know your Gurudev better than you know him. You know, he's being a little mischievous this way. But really that was the case. And this is one example how Gurudev really did know the nature of each of Guru Maharaj's godbrothers, means the generals, the leaders of Srila Saraswati Thakur's Sri Chaitanya Mat. And so, indeed, after the lecture and everything, then Gurudev explained in this way. So, in this way, we can see something of the glories of Srila Gurudev, the glories of the holy name, the glories of the Vaishnavas. And anyhow, rainy day, by any one incident, then many things are accomplished. And so rain, we are here in Italy in a very rural area, and we also see that a rainy day, maybe not feeling like a good day for many, but for those who are gardening and seeing nature and how nature is working, they are rejoicing, especially now. If it will rain now, all the farmers, including our dear devotees in the temple here, they'll all be rejoicing in the rain, saying, oh, this is exactly what we need. Mm-hmm. And so in Bhagavad Gita, because of the garden, because guess what? We need water in order to cultivate crops, in order to cultivate the vegetables, etc., etc. But then also they only need so much water. And then at a certain point, they want the rain to stop so that then the harvest can be brought in and so many things. But this is all about balance of nature. And when we see the wonder of nature and how it works, also again, it gives us some understanding of the super wonder of Sri Krishna, who's made all of this art and all of the miracles and things. This morning, wait, I'm coming back. This morning, we were just looking at this and commenting. Look at this small pot inside. There's a small pot. Looks big if I put it by the camera, but this is beside my face. It's a small pot. And look what's come out of the pot. Da, 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 da. And it's amazing. I mean, from this small pot, all of this has come out by adding life. And then also all these different plants, they know, Krishna Kanta Munindra know, they know they all have their particular likes and dislikes, their own nature, etc. So all of this wonder, all of this is coming from the wonderful, Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. And previously, the farmers, they had, in the autumn time, they had the harvest festival. And that was for thanking the Lord for the harvest, that the rains came, the rain stopped, they were able to gather their harvest, etc. Because they have some knowledge. They know that only by divine arrangement will everything be worked out. We can't force everything. Man thinks that they can force, but we cannot force. Everything we must come into harmony with the nature. And what is the harmony with nature is devotional service. The very message of Mahaprabhu, the message of Gita and of Srimad Bhagavatam. And where does that take us? It takes us to the pure nature world, where there is not clash, but really where there is harmony. In loving service to the Supreme Lordships, Shri Radha and Krishna, Hare Krishna. And all this is available through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless grace. From up to down, the highest coming down to the lowest. And so here we are in the Western worlds with the first opportunity ever for such connection. And out of all of those who have got some introduction from the hundreds of millions of books of Srila Prabhupada, literally, that have been distributed, all of those who've got some appreciation, got some connection with the line of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then also very rare we see that how many have got the connection and got that appreciation of the connection of Guru Maharaj, Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. And really, we are very clear to say that this is the full conception of Krishna consciousness, the introduction and right the way through to its like full maturity and practical application. And so let us thank our lucky stars, and we are the Bhagyavan Jiva, we are the fortunate souls at this time who've got this opportunity. So let us all utilize that opportunity nicely, again using Gurudev's words, and remember that every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat for those who participate. And, I probably don't have it right now, yesterday morning perhaps, here in the temple room, we played a short excerpt from Srila Gurudev. And Srila Gurudev said that Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat is the divine memorial of Srila Guru Maharaj. And he said that in relation to a temple in the West. And I think he'd just been in or was in the Sokal ashram, perhaps. The Sokal ashram, or he's just been talking about the deities and the seva going on in California in the Sokal ashram. But he's seeing that all of the temples around the world, they are Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat. They are a divine memorial of Srila Guru Maharaj. And this is Gurudev's own words, and so wonderful to hear. And not only so wonderful to hear, so wonderful to remind ourselves the dignity of Chaitanya Saraswati Mat, the dignity of what's being presented here. And we must always keep our head there, keep Guru Maharaj in our heart, as well as the guardians who are coming to take care of us and coming to give us inspiration. But we must keep Guru Maharaj in our heart always. And this is the great fortune, the greatest fortune of this age. Guru Maharaj, Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada, bringing us Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Srila Saraswati Thakur, bringing us the pure, clean Krishna conception, Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga conception. And before Srila Saraswati Thakur, it was a mess. It had become a mess. So now we have everything cleaned up. The mess is cleaned up. Everything is put in the right place. Gundicha Marjanam, Gurudev mentioned, like Gundicha Marjanam, cleaning everything. He cleaned everything up and gave us his Krishna consciousness of the highest order. And so now we individually need to keep very careful and very clear in our line and our conception. Everybody may have their own idea and own thought, but we must ourselves be clear with what we've come to and make our lives successful with faith and with humility, tolerance, giving honor to everyone and not wanting honor for ourselves. So rainy day or sunny day, let us make every day a festival of this caliber of festival. Follow hearing the Harikatha, not only of a general Harikatha, but such a supercharged Harikatha of mercy, of dignity, and of the highest goal and prospect, as given by Guru Maharaj, as given by Srila Prabhupada, as given by Srila Gurudev, and all combined coming to give us our introduction and full Krishna consciousness and its practical application. How to deal with others, how to deal with the environment, and so many aspects. And with the devotees, things come out. Yesterday evening, we've got some guests who've come up from Liguria. Aloka Chandra Prabhu and his family have come up from Liguria. And yesterday evening in the evening program, also new things coming out in the association of the devotees. Actually reminders of days gone by where, you know, we've got lessons and we've seen things take place and with our Italian devotees. And very happy to be able to share together all of these things. So in the association of devotees also, then devotional life remains, continues to be joyful, living, new, and so hopeful. Hare Krishna. Yes, Jadugopal Prabhu, welcome. You joined us also. Very welcome. Hare Krishna. Mahamantra Prabhu, can we come and ask you, first of all, we can come to your feet and give praise and honor that you are sincere, clean-hearted servitor. We know you now for many years and everyone will benefit from hearing some words from you, Mahamantra Prabhu. So coming to your feet, giving you some honor, now we make our humble prayer. Please, I know in Spain, the rain
falls mainly on the plain.
Falls mainly on the plain. Maybe Madrid is on the plain. However, in the context of a rainy day or anything you like to share, Mahamantra Prabhu, we are all ears to hear from you. A few words. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Pranams Maharaj. This is too much. I am no one of everything you're saying, Maharaj, but just a soul that came in contact with such a wonderful Vaishnava as yourself, and I feel very grateful to have like any kind of connection with someone like you, Maharaj. I really appreciate that in my heart. All I can say is that I'm very happy listening from all of you actually, and it's such a beautiful like verse topic. I was very happy to see the post when I saw on Facebook the announcement, because it's just such a nice pastime related with Gurudev and such a nice sloka. All I can share, my low, life.
Please ask Shyamasundari Didi to turn off some.
All I can say is that
thank you.
Here in Spain, we don't have the fortunate to have that constant association of devotees, which is this shiny principle of hearing the Harikatha all the time. But anyway, the online platforms are here, so we're getting little by little that. But I'm just, in these last 2 years, I'm really much appreciating being like isolated for so long and in a new country like this. I just been appreciating a lot of like all what the math means, the mat as a place where you come and have the association of the sadhus and hear Harikatha. And I have had the opportunity of like spending living time, being there, living in Paramakaruni, Caracas, in Navadvip, in London Temple for like long periods in my life. And I'm just appreciating very much how those places go on and run by dedicated devotees such as Devashis Prabhu, Saraswati Didi, Lavanya Didi was there on the background, Sachi Didi is always there, and so many wonderful Vaishnavas that like are part of this family, but they are like sacrificing themselves to give opportunity to so many to listen these unique teachings we have. So I'm just not always, but recently reminded of like Guru Maharaj, that verse, not verse, but poem I think he quotes about the saddest tales are the sweetest. It's in
the sweetest
somewhere
tales
around
are those who
Sri Prabhupada numbers.
Yeah, the sweetest songs tell us sad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so somehow it reminds me like in Mahaprabhu's pastimes, how many times like there are some specific pastimes of devotees being like told not to go with him, or being told by Mahaprabhu himself, you stay here and do this particular service. And like in my own life, I have seen that kind of sacrifice, and it's really, I have been appreciating that, as I said, in this time that I haven't had the association of the devotees, that so many souls like in the same, like basically in the same standard of associates of like the Lord, like being told to run a temple and being there and serve the devotees. I don't remember the name of this devotee in that he was just only serving prasadam for Mahaprabhu in Puri. I don't remember. It is in the Charitamrita. But basically his service was just to serve prasadam every day. And Mahaprabhu was very pleased with him. So like this, just appreciating a lot the devotees, their service. Very happy to see you, Maharaj, to see everyone, to hear from everyone.
We are very happy, Mahamantra Prabhu. Thank you very much. And actually, Mahamantra Prabhu, if any of you have never met him before, one or two of you maybe haven't, he's the kind of devotee, if you will meet him for an 11th of a second, you will automatically know he's my brother, our spiritual brother. That family instant feel you must get from his association. Hare Krishna. And Shyamasundari, his wife, right there with him. They're always busy. And Subhadra, a little earlier on we saw Subhadra, schoolgirl now, growing up. And quickly looking in the chat, Praneshwari Didi, Via Madhusudan on what? What is this, Praneshwari Didi, you put there? On the rainy day is not a bad day. What is it, Praneshwari Didi?
Maharaj, it was by mistake. I was saving it for me. And I hit go.
Okay.
But it's a note about what you're talking, and there is a quote of Srila Guru Maharaj there as well.
Okay, all right. Hare Krishna. And we are in West London Temple. And is Saraswati seated there?
Yes, Maharaj. Dandavat, Maharaj.
Dandavat Saraswati Didi. Again, you're 10,000 the size, the tip of a hair. Let's see if we can see you a bit bigger. Yes, Saraswati Didi, please, a contribution from your good self. And first I can say that Saraswati Didi, really, she's very quietly there, but from the beginning, she has built up, made like legally secure as well as other ways secure, right? The whole ashram and temple in West London, and nourishing the whole variety of devotees and continuing like quietly and digesting all kinds of things, but to make, as Mahamantra said, a place where we can come, the devotees can come and hear Guru Maharaj and Gurudev's Hare Kathar and associate together. So Saraswati Didi, please, a few words from you, some on the theme or on any other theme that you like to share with us for our good fortune.
Maharaj, I'm just happy to listen to you beautiful Krishna Katha. It's very nourishing to everyone. And also Devashis Prabhu and Keshavananda Prabhu. We are just here trying to offer a little bit of seva, some way. This place is for service and everyone is welcome to come here and serve. We are here to assist you. And yeah, we have to continue, despite all the challenges that come to us, we gotta continue serving our Gurudev and harmoniously going on together as a big family. We are a big family, so we must remain together in service. Service is what connects us, isn't it? And so we pray for the blessings of the Vaishnavas so that we can continue. I wasn't really prepared to, that's what I was trying to hide myself. I wasn't really prepared because we just trying to focus in the cooking. And so when I have to do something, I have to focus on that. And then we also have many wonderful helpers here. Quite a few volunteers that came today. Singers. And yeah, somebody in the kitchen. So actually, in the temple room, there is a
we seem to have lost West London. It's not only raining, they've frozen. Oh dear.
Can you hear us?
Oh, now we can. Yes, we lost you though for at least 30 seconds.
Oh, we are saying that in the temple room there is a really nice kirtan going on, 3 hours kirtan led by Nitai and Virachandra and Gadadhar and all the younger people that come. They really love kirtan, so they meet together on Saturdays and they just sing all the songs. And then they are going on Harinam today after the Prasadam, the local Harinam. Last weekend, every other week, 1 week is local and 1 week is in central London with Dayaniti Prabhu.
Jai.
And so like that. And the Prasadam distribution is still going on. We have all the resources to do it, so we must continue doing it, although it can be quite challenging to do it, but with the help of everyone, it's a team effort. And so we are trying to do that and continue with the temple program and the classes, hearing all the wonderful classes from all the devotees, like that, like yourselves.
Jai. And Saraswati.
I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to speak. I'm not a speaker. I'm a practical person.
Actually, Saraswati, you're saying, oh, this is the place for service to come and serve. Right. And today we were discussing with the devotees a short while ago. We had a complicated question came, which was disturbing one devotee's mind. And without saying like who was asking the question or anything, but it's always, or sometimes it's nice to hear other people's opinion on how to answer a question. What is good advice? What's good practical advice for a certain question? And anyway, there's this like complicated question, all these things. And then one devotee gave a summary in 5 words or 4 words, gave us like the answer in summary. Stop thinking, do service. So our thinking should bring us to be a servitor, so something like that. But maybe we should add a couple of more words. Stop thinking, do service in the association of the devotees.
A rainy day with tears.
All right, Saraswati Didi, many thanks. We've got Sachi Devi Didi doing service right beside you while listening to. So we're very happy to come to West London, to East London, and to be with all over the world, actually, devotees who are joining in. Oh, Krishna Mohini Didi also just joining in. She's now in Spain, is she?
Yes, she's in Spain.
In Spain, right. All right. So, dear devotees, one and all, and Tungarasa Didi, we mentioned, we gave our respects, but now Tungarasa Didi showing her video. Shema. Krishna Mohini Devi, mis reverencias.
Ishan, pero él se fue al lado de ahí al Krishna.
Your microphone is on, Krishna. Okay, now it's off. All right. So, Devashis Prabhu, I'll pass the microphone over to you. Just a couple of final words. I've been making too much noise this week, and a couple of final words, and you can sign us out for the moment. Devashis Prabhu.
All right, Maharaj. Well, we were always very happy to be in your association, be it virtual or be it physical. We would like that we can all be together soon in a more physical way, so to say. But never really in a physical way, always in a spiritual way, actually. We want to be together. But so many devotees have said to me, nothing actually can replace the wonderful feeling that we have when we're actually with the devotees, face to face. We can see and touch and be with the devotees in that way. So we're looking forward to that day. Here they're talking about from the 19th of July, getting rid of all of the restrictions for the COVID. I think that probably won't happen, but let's wait and see. But, one thing that we learn over the years is that nothing is forever. So this also will pass at some point, and together again we can make some festival and invite the devotees and have, a real transcendental knees up and share prasadam and share all of the things that make Krishna consciousness so wonderful. But in the meantime, we have this, and for many devotees, it's more association than maybe they ever had before. Something regular and something that wherever they are, they can access that. So may that also continue, even when all of the other things are just hopefully a distant, unpleasant memory. And but in the meantime, we can serve, and we can hear Harikatha, and we can join together with Krishna Kirtan as much as possible. So now we can end our meeting today. I also have another meeting with some of the devotees in Spain in about an hour's time. So I'm sure you also have other meetings today as well. So this is our life, actually, Harikatha, and to associate with the Vaishnavas. Jai.
Jai. Wonderful Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Wonderful Srila Bhakti Rock Sri Hare Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Wonderful Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
And Wonderful, no doubt. And Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Sripad Devashis Prabhu ki jai. Sri Saraswati Devi Dasi ki jai. Keshavananda Prabhu ki jai. All the assembled devotees in all corners of London, inner London, outer London, and distant London association. Ki jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Govinda Govinda Gandavat.
Thank you,
Thank
Maharaj.
you all. Olchoy spasibo or grazie mille or in Spanish.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Gracias.